Welcome back, everybody. Another episode here of Tripping with Bill. And I want to thank you once again for joining me. For those of you new, I like to walk around and do different floor plans and stuff like that on trailers, RVs, motor coaches, you name it, down the road. Plus, the odd time, take a little 4x4 trip. For those of you who already know, welcome back. Anyways, every once in a while we come across a unit, a used unit that I really kind of get excited about because I don't always get to see all these floor plans in person. So I like to also record and video them so I can show them to other people down the road. This is a 2019 outdoors RV. This is a Creekside Mountain Edition. The 21 KVS is the actual model number, so it's just shy of 26 feet overall length. I think 25 feet 10 inches from the front hitch to the rear. Comes with two 30-pound tanks. As you can see right here, we've got a 12-volt power supply. This particular unit already comes with the battery boxes. On the roof, you're going to find one singular 200-amp solar panel. And then, of course, behind me here, we have a slide that you can see. This pops out in the unit. That it contains the dinette. In the front side, we got our pass-through. And then one of the signature things with a lot of the outdoors RV aspect is a pretty good-sized freshwater tank. So keep in mind, this one here has a 78-gallon freshwater tank, 40 gray and 40 black. However, do keep in mind that is U.S. gallons, so they're not bad. Not the Canadian ones. So, with that being said, bear with me. We're going to take a little walk around the unit. Then we're going to go take a peek inside. Start our tour on the curb side of the coach itself. So as you can see, I did point out earlier, 12-volt power jack in the front, so it's electric. Makes it a little easier on you when you're setting things up. We've got two 30-pound propane tanks hidden under the cover, battery boxes, and you can see, and some of the newer ones, they'll do rhino lining type coating. In this case, they use aluminum sheath to protect you from the road hazards out there. And then, of course, we got our cap on the front, and then one piece, give you a roof on the top. It is an aluminum caged unit, so all your sidewalls and all that are done in aluminum. Here is your front pass-through. Nice large area. Well, above that's going to be your bed. You've got your stabilizer jacks below that. Three-tier step that tucks in. Of course, over here, I believe that is going to be our water inlet. And there it is for your main tank. Now, the Creekside, it is a 4-season climate-controlled unit, 21 KVS. When you take a look inside, you're going to be quite impressed on how it's set up. 2-inch bonded aluminum frame with your foam block insulation in the interior or in the walls. We have exterior speakers, almost a full body length awning that's powered. Nice large picturesque windows for the rear kitchen. The backside of our fridge, of course, and again, we do have our furnace control there. 25,000 BTU in the furnace, just so you know. Our hot water tank, outside shower, of course, comes with a spare tire. The ladder to access the roof. So definitely when you go up there, please be careful. In the backside, we got a little added storage. That's where they keep the power cord here. Close that up, slam latch lids. And of course, we got our Sandy flush system, our power supply and cable, tandem axle. We got our lovely slide out Schwintech slide system, another picturesque window for the dinette, give you lots of light. Our front to the bedroom, and then of course, here we go with our pass-through from the other side. And that is lit as well. So welcome to the inside of the 21 KVS coach here, folks. As I first approach into the interior, on my left-hand side, actually, it's a nice large 3-piece bathroom. We'll take a look at that down the road. These are my light controls for the interior. This one here above the bed. And of course, I got my slide extension here, plus my awning. So I've even turned the awning lights on as well. Over to my right-hand side, we've got our queen-size walk-around bed. Nice part with this, we got good deep wardrobe on either side. More storage up top. Now this guy put an actual insulation pack in the vent here just to kind of keep the heat in. Not a bad idea. And then over on this side, which is going to be a little tough for me to get to, but I'm going to swing it anyways. You might not be able to see it from that angle on the camera. Another dark or deep wardrobe here. Of course, as you see for part of the accents, definitely some wood trim all the way around. Nice valances here for your awnings. These guys will slide down. Actually, not the awnings, for your window shades. Give you a little bit of privacy there. And under the bed, which the camera's not going to pick up very easy, I got some additional storage there as well. Now we're going to pan through. I'm going to walk past into the bathroom. You see behind me, we've got the television and for your entertainment. The camera is actually stationed on the table right now. So it is a gimbal that has facial tracking recognition. That's why it's following me around. It's not a person behind the camera. Into the bathroom here, I've got a very large bathroom that is actually fully functional. We do have a tub and a shower. I got the vanity. Of course, I've got my toilet and still a porcelain bowl on the toilet. And I'll close the door here. Then I get to traverse into the kitchen. So very large rear kitchen on this, huge windows. We'll take a pan with the camera so you can get an idea just how that is. We got a fridge, dual purpose fridge, so it's propane and electric. Temperature controls here, air conditioning above, and my freezer above this. So nice, good sized freezer. Microwave is over on this wall. And of course, in here, another large pantry. So starting to get the entrance as I come in, I'm just going to give you a good indication of just how deep that these counters are. So they go in quite a ways into the back. Your hangers above. Of course, above that, we do have additional storage and our solar controller. Regarding the windows and their shades, they just go straight up through there. And now the storage under the bed. We'll do this really quickly. Lift that guy right up so you can see just how much there is. One of the other things I really enjoy about these guys is the size of the table. So that is a huge table. So when you do retract that down to be your actual sleeping arrangements, you can easily fit 2 full-grown adults there. Down below your seating, you do have a full-length solid wood glide on steel bearing glides. And of course, that slide comes out. Nice, large, picturesque window to enjoy the view and pass through for airflow on both sides. Now, as I spin around here, your television up top. A better look at our 3-piece bathroom. And as I spin, you get to see my reflection. Nice tub surround and shower. Nice deep basin in the tub itself. And we will mosey on into the kitchen. So once again, just to give you an idea of the size of the fridge. Again, propane and electric. But once you're back here, just take a slow look. You imagine that backing in, staring at the lake while you're prepping a meal or making a couple of drinks. You can't beat that view if you're backed into a lovely site where you're overlooking the lake. Then, of course, we got our 3-burner cooktop. This lifts up to be your backsplash. You can see how well cared for this unit is, being a so-called used unit. We've got our knife rack in the back. Nice size oven. And then you start looking at all the drawers. All wood glide drawers all throughout. Tons of storage everywhere. This is just in a little bit of the kitchen area. Now this guy's kind of interesting because it sits there. Now below that other part is where the garbage can go from the outside. But all steel bearing glides, more storage. Then we got the pantry. Look at the size of that. Lots of room. Here's your controls for your heated tanks and your water heater and the pump. And above that, of course, the microwave. Well, I hope you enjoyed your tour of the 21KVS Outdoors RV. This is the 2019 model Creekside for outdoors. Hope you enjoyed your little walk around there. Just to do a quick little recap, 2-inch thick bonded, vacuum bonded walls that are supported by aluminum framing and solid foam insulation. So just to give you a little bit of an idea, that is what your walls are made of, surrounded by aluminum framing. So I took this from the seat because I use the same piece when they cut out from the windows to support your seats while you're in here. As I said, we already know about the construction of that. Cathedral art style roof helps keep the water and all that off instead of pooling up on top of your roof. Laminated floor, heated holding tanks, 25,000 BTU furnace, 78 gallons of US gallons of fresh water, 32-inch Jensen TV, large 3-piece bathroom, dual propane fridge, huge rear kitchen with a fantastic view. Absolutely a gorgeous unit. The previous owner took very, very good care. Obviously, you could tell they take pride in their belongings. So we were fortunate enough to bring it in. Anyways, once again, thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you picked up some good information, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share if you don't mind. I still need that 1,000 followers so I can actually decorate my my motorhome to match my avatar. Anyways, stay safe in your travels, folks. Please do, and always, always, always be tripping.